Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. Thank you so much for finding time once again. Karibuni sana. If you are a new subscriber, do subscribe, like and share. So today I want to actually, I can say, give you a head start for those people maybe who think they know why they are starting Mtumba, but some of you really don't know why you want to start the Mtumba business. Maybe some of you see these opening bells and you just want to open bells, but what actually makes us as suppliers, as bail openers, to do this business and succeed? So that is what I want to take you through, because first of all, it is very important to know why you want to do this business. Some of you feel like, I just need to open a business, but I've seen this opening bells, so that is what I'm going to open. So that is why some of you find yourself at maybe after 2 months or 3 months, you have closed the business. So something like this has to come from the heart. So I'm going to take you through the steps of just coaching you to know why you want to start this business, whether or not after this you'll feel like doing this business or not. If you're not that type of a person, please don't waste your money. You can also do your research. That is why I usually tell you guys, doing your research is very important, because after that you'll really know if you have the budget, if you have the guts, if you are a if you're a risk taker, if you're somebody who's faint-hearted. All through this research that you do, it will help you to know where you stand in the Mtumba business. So I'm going to have a booklet here. So if I look down, just know I'm just telling you whatever I've maybe seen through my journey in Mtumba business. So your first question should be, will I enjoy, or do I enjoy doing this type of business? That is the first question you should ask yourself. Do you enjoy doing Mtumba business? Do you have that passion? But specifically, do you enjoy? Passion and enjoyment are different things, because somebody who has passion can do anything. You are a risk taker, all those things. You are passionate if you're that type of a person. But do you enjoy doing that business? That is what actually matters a lot, because some of us, we have that capital, but we don't have the enjoyment, or we don't feel happy when you're selling clothes. You don't even have the smile when people are coming in your shop. That means you don't enjoy what you're doing. But if you enjoy, you'll wake up early. When a customer comes in, you will lighten up. If you're even having a bad day or bad moods, you don't have to show. So that is what you should ask yourself. Do you enjoy doing that business? First of all, do you enjoy it? Or maybe it can either be you have already started the business, but you didn't see this is what I wanted to do, and all along you have not been enjoying it. Nothing, maybe it is even giving you profits, but you're not enjoying the business. There are two different things. You have to enjoy what you're doing. Then the second thing, it should, that business, does it flow naturally to you? I don't know if you guys can understand. There are just things that are not forced. There are things that are not forced at all. They just flow. When you open a bale, for example, you quickly know how much you're going to sell these pieces. When you open a bale, this can fit this one, this can fit. That is what I can say should fall in that category. Does it flow naturally? It should not be something that is forced. When you want to open a bale, you just debate, no, I'm not going to open because sijapata pesa. Let me tell you, in business, especially in Mtumba business, you have to be consistent. Why? For example, you might be maybe the other bale you opened was dresses, so you need something to complement the dresses with. Obviously, it's going to be blazers or maybe denim jackets, depending on the type of dresses. So if you're not consistent, or if you're not, yani Mtumba does not flow naturally in your blood, in your hands, in your thoughts, it's going to be very difficult for you to think about something like that. You guys, you're very lucky that sometimes I usually tell you guys, you ask, Ivy, nilifungua bell kama hii, what should I open next? Because I care, and I know, because I know the type of bells I send to each one of my clients. So whenever you ask, I've opened this, what should I open next? I give the advice gladly, because not only am I there to make business, but also to help you the remaining pieces that are remaining from the different bales that you've opened to be sold with the current one that you're going to buy. So if it doesn't flow naturally to you, please don't do it, because you're going to waste your money, your time, and you'll have been somewhere else if you didn't venture into that side. Third thing should be, does it bear fruits in your life? Or I can say that, does it give you fruits, or does it give you profit in the terms of business? Let me just use the term of business. Inakupatia profit. If it does not give you any profit, let me tell you, this is what I mean about profit. Kuna those stages of business that sometimes you don't get any profits, and it also happens to me. Sometimes you find I'll just sell, recover the capital, but I don't have any profits, so that is what I mean. It doesn't mean that it should umefungua biashara from wherever you started, or when you started, you all along you have not been making any profit. If it is not bringing you any profit, please close it. Yani I'm just saying, kama haujai kula fruit yoyote ya biashara ya mtumba, if you're that person, umefungua biashara over 1 year, you're just giving and the business is not giving you back, please, that is not what mtumba is. Mtumba should give you profits. Let me tell you, maybe some of you will be like, hey, vile anasemaje. Let me just tell you one thing. Mtumba, ama for example, mimi siwezi enda niseme nitafanya kazi ya hardware, hiyo ikubaliane na mkono yangu. So pia mtumba sio ya kila mtu. That is why you find some people wako kwa ile ku try and error. And trying, that is why you know whether you are in mtumba or not, But let me tell you, mtumba sio ya kila mtu. Kazi ya mjengo sio ya kila mtu. Kuna wale wako na specialties, kuna wale hawana. Ni kama daktari, wengi wanaenda medical, au wengine wanatoka kama graduate. So it is not everyone. It is not for everyone. So if it is not giving you any fruit, and I am going to specify on that, you've opened your business from, maybe it has been almost 6 months. 6 months bado hata biashara bado ni changa. So tuseme 1 year, and through all that 1 year umekuwa ukitoa, haujakuwa ukipata, please, that is not a business for you. Just close it. Wacha tu nikupe advice, close it. But wengine, kumbuka, hata si eti biashara haiwapei profit. Wengine wenyu, you put your expenses higher than sales. So if you are in that category, just know ni wewe, sio biashara. Wewe ndio haujipangi vizuri, you are spending a lot, and that is very bad for the business. So let us go to number 4. If it should be something that you can do freely, if mtumba is not something that you can do freely. For example, for me as a supplier, it is when somebody comes as a supplier, when somebody comes to ask a question, for example, if that person is a first timer, there is that advice that comes freely, that is in me. But if you're that person, when a client comes in, for example, you are a bell opener, a client comes in, you struggle a lot to see what fits, what is your taste, And let me tell you, some of these things, it is just, I can say it's just a learning process. I did not come into this business just knowing all these things. I learned. Because first of all, I want to hear from this customer, what type of cloth, or what type of dress, what type of blazer do you like? From there, I'm going to have different ideas of ako anataka hii, And after that, for example, in dresses and blazers, there's a katag nyuma inakuanga na size ya nguo. So when I give her this type of dress at maybe size 18, I know the next ones I'm going to give her to try, they should be size 18 because it fits. So I'm not going to give size 10 and she's size 18, So those things that should come freely, advice. I can say ideas, they should flow freely. For example, if you are opening a shop, you should have an idea. It should flow freely, because that is what you want. That is what you have visioned this thing to be like this. So if it does not come freely, if ideas don't come freely, if you cannot serve your customers with a free mind. Free mind means their sizes. You are thinking ahead. When somebody, for example, there are people who don't know how to match clothes, by the way, kabisa. But when you give her this dress and you look for another blazer and give her, ako hey, by the way, I see it at my shop. By the way, ninaenda vizuri, you'll find it's a win-win situation. You have sold a dress and you've sold a blazer. So if it doesn't come freely, unapeana tu dress na you're just comfortable because this customer wants dresses, sitamtolea blazer ama sitamtolea kimono, it will flow freely. You remember quickly, na kuna kitu inaweza enda na hii dress. That is what you think first. And that should be something that flows freely in your hand, in your thoughts. Think fast. Then the fifth and the last thing, it should be in your business. What are people saying about your business? Let me tell you, I usually say don't think a lot about what people say, especially the negative. Easy mamoshene, those are things you should not listen to. But there's a voice that people talk around, around you, your customers, even those who are not buying from you. What are they saying? Sometimes it's very important, because you'll find maybe the person you have employed, he or she is not dealing very well, or maybe she doesn't know how to handle customers. Some things like that. Maybe, for example, maybe people outside here will be like saying, but there she has nice things, but sizes ni ndogo. So next time you'll know, I'm going to open a Canadian bell, not a Chinese bell. So that is how you should think of how people are saying about your business. Don't worry about this, sijui anajifanya, sijui nini. Achana na hizo vitina. But fikiria zile vitu zenye ni mindset ya biashara. Huyu anasema nini kuhusu biashara yangu, ama customers wanasema nini kuhusu biashara yangu. You can learn from there. For example, vitu kama customer relation is very important. That is why you find people coming back. So if you have dull staffs, that is something that you should change immediately, because when a customer comes in, he or she should feel welcomed. Karibu customer, unataka nini, ni kuserve na nini, dresses zinakaaje, kaa hapo chini kidogo ni kutafutie. Such type of things bring customers back. And let me tell you, for me, the customer relation I've had with my clients, and they know when I'm serious, I'm serious. But seriousness comes in terms of money, because I'm there to make money. I cannot give you nguo na deni. For me, by the way, I handle them differently when it comes to cash, because you'll find when you entertain such, that will be the habit of every person. And in business, we are there to make business, not losses. So think of what people, or maybe hear what people are saying about your business. You might be doing something wrong, of which some of these voices can lead you to do the right thing. So some of them are positive, not negative. Don't listen to the negative ones, ati sijui alisema nini, anaringa. Achana na hizo. Negative ingine inaweza kuwa positive, kama for example staff wako maybe hawako friendly. That one you can change. You can talk to them, or if they don't rectify, fire and hire. That is how business is. So I hope from this you can categorize yourself where you are. Kama you are this type of a person, kama these things you are that person, you can start that business. If you are not, na unasikia haiendani na inakata kabisa, please look for another business. Don't waste your money. Mtumba is also not for everyone. If you're not a risk taker, Mtumba sio wewe kabisa. If you are not a risk taker, Mtumba sio wewe kabisa. I say from experience, because let me tell you, before you start knowing bills, before you start knowing how pieces come out, before you know that sometimes bills can surprise you, it surprises you, and you're not that type of a person to take surprises, then Mtumba is not for you, my dear. I usually say, wengi wenu mko na budget mzuri, but you don't know, yani haujui. That is why I ask, why do you want to open this bill? Do you have the clients? Do you have people who want to buy? Or you have just seen, I have opened it na imetoka mzuri, that is why you want to open. Let me tell you, if you don't have the passion, if you don't have the time, if you don't have the heart of taking risks, if you are not that type of a person to put a lot of time in your business, ideas in your business, you're just comfortable, I've just opened a shop, wacha nikae, If you're that type of a person, you're not going to go far in Mtumba. And let me tell you, nawambianga hivi, singekuwa hapa kama Mtumba haina pesa. Nimeona uzuri ya Mtumba, nimeona uzuri ya kuuza belts, nimeona uzuri ya kufungua, na nimeona uzuri kwa hiyo pesa yenye natoka kwa belts. So if these big names wako kwa biashara, they are paying school fees, buying houses, buying cars, what does that say about Mtumba? You know, back then Mtumba was very, very much, I can say, it was a type of hustle that people didn't want to associate themselves with. Ni chafu, inatoa viraka, manguo yenye imevaliwa. But right now, that is gold. Right now it's gold. And it has helped so many people, especially those people in the open air market. There's some people you cannot remove them from that type of business. So if you don't have hiyo kujituma, yani if you don't have all these qualities, we mwenyewe ndo unajijua. There's nobody who knows yourself rather than you. You know yourself better. You know if you can do it. You know if you're a faint-hearted person. You know you know yourself if you are lazy, if you're hardworking. So if you are not all these things, or you have not been listening to your customers, you don't enjoy what you are doing, you know, you don't have the natural feeling of your business, wachana tunayo. Go and look for another business and put your passion and your time there. So guys, thank you so much. Keep on subscribing. I will see you in the next video.